Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Marvel has outdone itself and released a new failure. When will Kevin Feige take over his head? The film Black Panther Wakanda Forever was intended to be the most important in the fourth phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The heroes of Iron Man and Black Panther, powerful rivals from the underwater world, Wakanda's confrontation with the world world, a farewell to T'Challa, all this was at least intriguing. Well, I have a small request for you to subscribe to our channel. Put a like so as not to miss new movies. Your subscription will greatly help the development of the channel. As you know, it's very difficult to rise from scratch. But we are trying for you. Thank you and enjoy watching. But what kind of stupidity turned it out in practice? The screenwriters mixed everything, but forgot about the important things. And the film opens with a farewell scene with the king. Like the actor who played the Black Panther, T'Challa, didn't talk about disease, and when he confessed it was too late. Shuri tried to synthesize a life-saving, heart-shaped grass, which was birthed by Killmonger in the first part, but she didn't have time. Chadwick Boseman's character closed eyes forever. Then there will be tears, a beautiful farewell ceremony, and an updated Marvel screensaver where there is no signature melody and enumeration of the main characters of the universe, only the best moment with Chadwick and a minute of silence. Perhaps this is the most touching and valuable moment of the film, because the screenwriters will go all out. A year has passed since T'Challa died, and insidious Western countries will Wakanda vulnerability. Africans do not share vibranium, so capitalists send mercenaries to them and also create a device to search for an invaluable resource. If Okoye and other militant ladies are dealing with the security forces, then scientists create a big problem. They find vibranium at the bottom of the ocean, and with it underwater people. Warriors kill explorers from the land, and then Namor himself, the local equivalent of Aquaman, gets to Wakanda. He tells the Africans to find the scientist who found the supermaterial and transfer her underwater. Namor worries that with her help, people will find an underwater world full of vibranium and start a war. And if the Wakandans do not fulfill the condition, Namor will simply kill them. The appearance of underwater people immediately raises question. This is a powerful and advanced civilization that is so strong that it will have wiped out any country. A huge army, almost immortal fighters with the skills of controlling water, and Namor demonstrated all this when the Americans started looking for vibranium. Is he more afraid of backward capitalists than Thanos? Where was the underwater army when Titan was collecting Infinity Stones? What was he doing when the clique destroyed half of the subjects? Namor will have stopped Thanos, but the writers don't even try to justify his absence. There is no time to explain. These are the full list of the fourth phase, when already in which project it suddenly turns out that, in fact, there were forces more powerful than Thanos. The parallel universe in Loki, then a killer of goods and a place that fulfills any desire. Now here is an infinitely powerful Namor. Another problem is related to the very scientist who created the sensor to search for vibranium. This is the brilliant student Riri Williams. She will become the Ironheart, the Iron Man replacement in cinematic universe. It will seem that Kevin Feige understands for sure that it will not be easy to replace Tony Stark. The character was charismatic, developed from film to film, and he was presented coolly. Remember at least how the hero collected the first armor and ran away from the Mandarin bandits. However, Riri Williams is introduced in the plot as if no one at Marvel wanted to bother her. A brilliant lady just collects a cool suit and rushes into battle. The viewer will not reveal her characters, will not tell the background, will not tell about unsuccessful experiments. Probably all this was left for a solo series, but so far the heroine feels as flat and uninteresting as possible. And after all, this constantly occurs in the fourth phase. Namor himself is also full of complaints. In the middle of the film, he will be shown as a great guy who built a great civilization and science really cares about his people. But the Scream Warriors need the antagonist, so they immediately pull an evil grin on Namor and threaten to destroy the world with his mouth. The authors wanted to show the character contradictory, but it turned out badly. If they devoted more time to him and revealed why he's so strong but at the same time he is afraid of America, it would be better, but instead 10 minutes of timing was given to Everest Ross, who does nothing useful during the entire film. It's nice to look at Martin Freeman characters, but he's useless for the story. The plot of Wakanda Forever consists almost entirely of such blunders, therefore it's difficult to watch the tape with a serious face and think about the logic of what is happening. But it won't work to turn off the brain later, because the action and visual are also pretty average. A little bit of good. The latest Marvel films lack a good director who will force the stars to do difficult tricks and fight normally in the frame. In Wakanda Forever, each duel consists of a dozen assembly glues. As Okoye performed, but Danai Gurira not going to perform a couple of difficult movements in a row. As a result, the formula of battle is as follows: strike, gluing, the enemy parries, gluing, the enemy strikes back. It looked terrible. I noticed only one point where the editor avoided transitions for 10 seconds, and that's thanks to slow-mo, which stretches the entire episode. With graphics too, everything is set. The customers of Ironheart and Black Panther are strange in terms of design, and they are not drawn well. The whole film was clearly shot on a green background, and the graphic specialists didn't have time to work out futuristic clothes. This is especially noticeable during the final battle, when the Panther looks frankly cartoonish. The only advantage is the underwater world. The looking can be admired, but he appears in the frame for only a couple of minutes, but the beauty of Wakanda is rarely shown. It's sad because in the first part the landscapes combining wildlife and technology surprise it. Black Panther Wakanda Forever seems to be the most disappointing film of the fourth. Black Panther Wakanda Forever seems to be the most disappointing film of the fourth phase. How tough it would seem were to follow below. Great hopes were pinned on him, but they were not fulfilled. It's time for Kevin Feige to pull himself together and squeeze the maximum out of the following picture, otherwise the audience will be completely disappointed in the cinematic universe. Like it, beautiful underwater world. Didn't like it, lots of plot holes. You don't empathize with the characters at all, and weak action and graphics. A little bit from the superheroine Ironheart. In Black Panther 2 introduced a new Iron Man, and her costume is terrible. The film will show for the first time the superheroine Ironheart, which debuted in comics back in 2016. The characters in the blockbuster is played by young actress Dominique Tarr. Many viewers and critics have already appreciated the heroine costume and compared it to Tony Stark armor. Differences disappointed them greatly. Iron Man's attire when in the 2008 debut film looks better, more realistic and more elaborate than the armor of his follower in 2022. In Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the heroes will say goodbye to the past Black Panther, transfer his duties to another hero, introduce an Ironheart into the plot, and even introduce Namor, the master of the seas and ocean. Ironheart's real name is Riri Williams. The heroine first appeared in the comic book Invincible Iron Man Volume 2, 2016. A series is being prepared on Disney+, which will be entirely dedicated to Riri. The release date of the show is still unknown. Have you already watched Black Panther 2, right? And how do you like this movie? Friends, if you were interested in listening to this podcast, then don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.
Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up, so